Hi YouTube, welcome back to Wtf Rc Cars. Still working on the Optima Mid, and what I've noticed is these shocks tend to move. I'll show you a bit closer when we do the close-in video. So while I was down at SC Models, they had the idea of maybe it's worth putting some little rubber O-rings just behind the bolts to keep the shocks where they should be on the olives. So we've got some Schumacher O-rings here. They're off the 1/10 scale RC, and these are U4110. So let's bring in for a close-up look and see if we can keep these shocks where they should be. So if we just quickly look at them, you can see the back one's worse than the front, but there is quite a bit of play in these. They can just pop forward. So first thing we're going to have to do is take all four of these little nuts off. So let's see if we can get the right size driver. So I'll get all four of these unscrewed and then see what we can do about the slopping them. Right, so we've removed all four of the lock nuts from the suspension or top at shock towers, and you get 8 of these little O-rings. So I'm going to try one and let's see if we can keep the top of this shock in place where it should be. Now I'm hoping as we tighten these up it'll just pop over the lip. And it should let us tighten it up against the shock itself. Yeah, that's a lot better. And it's not stopping the actual movement of the shock. There's not that much movement as it goes up, but it's not restricting it in any way. And that is now held absolutely solid. It can push back a little bit, but it's not popping forward. So it's hard to show on video, but it does stick out a little bit, and what I'm trying to do is get these little O-rings to just pop over that lip where it sticks out. So the rear one definitely works, so let's see if the front will work its way over the lip. And with these being lock nuts, you don't have to crimp them all the way down. So don't go crazy tight because it's just a plastic insert for the olive, but that's now not moving. But we do still have movement on the shock and it's not going to pop off at all. So I'll get the other two put on. Right, so that's all four. Doesn't seem to have affected the performance of the shocks at all, but the rear ones that were the worst for popping off, we've still got a slight gap down back, so it's not shoving them off the olive. And if they do wear through, for £1.98 you get 8 of these little things, so you've got 4 spare, but they do take the slop out of the shock, and because it's sat on the olive properly, it should actually work properly rather than popping forward and then being on the sort of the edge of the olive where you'd start to wear and you'd get a lot of sort of slop up and down. So yeah, nice cheap little fix and takes all the sort of popping of the top of the shocks out of the equation completely. And if your shocks are where they should be, then they should work as intended. Don't know if any of your eagle-eyed viewers have noticed the wheels are on wrong. I think we had one comment on it. They're literally just thrown on. I've not even glued them because these wheels aren't stopping on this RC. But let's wrap this one up. So there we have it. As shocks are nice and snug where they should be. It's not affected the suspension in any way, and it should prevent a little bit of the wear on the plastic olives at the top. Not yet had a look, see if you can get any metal ones that would fit better or stronger ones, but at the minute seems a nice workaround for it, and the £1.98 for 8, so nice and cheap. And yeah, still enjoying the mods and the build process of this RC. Got quite a lot of nice modded parts on it now, but Thanks again for watching WTF Rc Cars. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, chat to friends and family, and catch you guys again in the next one.